All right, so before going further to our third uh, tool in Create panel, let's find out how many tools we have here to edit our patterns. So here is the edit pattern toolkit, and I have accessed it by just clicking on the second icon uh, from the left side, and here we have all the edit tools, or you can also access it in the main menu bar. Just go to 2D pattern, click on it, and under the edit section you have all these edit pattern tools. So now let's quickly draw a rectangle. So I just press S and click and drag, so we got a nice rectangle straight away. Now if I want to move, rotate, or scale this rectangle, uh, you know, we have talked about it in the previous videos. We can just press or hit A on our keyboard. This will create this grid and have these little dots. These are basically the grips. And if I hover over my mouse on any of the vertex, this will allow me to change the scale of that rectangle. The top vertex allows us to rotate our rectangle, and if I hover over my mouse on the shape or over the shape, you can see we have now the move tool. So if I click and drag, so I can position it anywhere I want on the 2D layout. So this is the transform tool. Now let's say we want to edit our pattern. So we also can edit the pattern or scale our uh, or change the length of or change the shape of our pattern. But if we have any other shape, this is a very basic rectangular four-sided figure. So if I just draw just a random shape like this, so if I press A, this will only allow me to change the size of the overall pattern. See, I cannot do anything for specifically this line or this line or this line. So in order to do that, you have to use the other tools, the other editing tools, like we have in the palette, the edit pattern tool, and its short key is Z. So if I just click on the edit pattern or hit Z from the keyboard, this edit pattern tool will get activated, and now we can edit our pattern. So you can see now if I just click, if I just hover over my mouse on this line, you can see it turns into blue. This means that I can click and hold and drag that line, move it away or inwards, and I can also change the position of these vertices. So if I click and drag, so now you can see I can move it anywhere around I want. Okay, so if I just click and hold down my shift key, this will allow me to position it on specific angles. For example, horizontals, the verticals, and the diagonals. And if I hold down my control key, So this will only allow me to move that vertex in the direction of the slope. Uh, so the this vertex shares the slope of this line and this line. So the marvelous designer is showing me the extended version of these two lines, and I can only move that vertex along the slope of these two lines. If I click drag to position this vertex, and before letting go my left click button, if I just right click straight away, this will allow me to dial in some distances which might comes in handy. So let's say if I want to move it 15 inches or 10 inches, I can just hit 10. So you can see this will automatically consider this 10 inches and moved that vertex from here to here only 10 inches. So this is a nice feature that you can also uh, dial in the distances to move any any vertex, any line. All right, so if I want, so this edit, you can see that we have an edit pattern tool and a transform point and segment tool as well. So edit pattern tool just only allow us to move things around, but with the help of transform point segment, you can see now we are getting this grid as we get by using the A key. This transform grid is for the overall pattern, but transform point segment grid is just only for the line segments and the points. So with this, I can just scale down the line. I can rotate the line, and I can just position the line as well.